Hello fellow growers, this short video is going to be summarizing our first month of planting these Swiss Chard Perpetual Spinach seeds within our AeroGarden farm. We're going to summarize the progress throughout the whole month, so let's get rolling. We're going to be using the bulk grow sponges from AeroGarden. We're also going to be making sure we soak those as we prepare the seeds for growing. We continue to use the grow domes that came with the AeroGarden. We bought these on Amazon and they came with these nice stickers here. If you want any specific details on any of these products, the links for these are all in the description. Alright, well, I've got my tweezers ready for the seeds, so let's grab our seed packet for the Swiss Chard Perpetual Spinach. There it is. We're going to open this up and pour this gently onto this paper plate. And this is the first time I've ever grown this, so I was quite surprised at how big these seeds were. So I'm actually just going to stick with one seed within each of the grow sponges and see how that plays out. We're going to plant 2 plants here in 2 different growing pods. Both of these sponges are fully soaked, so they are ready for the seeds. Again, we're just going to go 1 seed on each of these sponges. These seeds are so big I don't even need the tweezers, but I will use the tweezers certainly just to push it down just a little bit into the sponge. That looks pretty good there. And do the same with the second one. Now we can insert these sponges into the grow baskets. And I already put the labels onto the baskets, as you can see. So all you need to do is put the sponges in and make sure that label is fully covering the top there. And repeat the process for the second one. That just slides right on through the hole, which is nice and convenient. There we go. Looks really good. Time to go in the AeroGarden. So these 2 plants will be planted on the left side of the AeroGarden. So we take off those caps and make room for our new grow baskets. There's our first one. And number 2. Now it's time to make sure we get our little mini greenhouses over each of these. These nice grow domes help out with germination. We've got numerous plants going into this new garden, so we're going to drop that light down to the lowest level, and we're starting off day 0. Good luck, guys. With this being a new garden, we're going with 16 milliliters of the liquid plant food from AeroGarden on day 0, and then we repeat that on day 14. Fast forward 5 days and you can see that moisture building up within that dome, but so far nothing happening on the germination front. Let's check in on your brother. Well, that's a bit of a different story. Not only did this germinate and sprout, it's already big enough to remove the dome. What a show off. Jumping ahead 48 hours, this guy continues to grow a little bit more, but still nothing brewing back here. We'll see how this goes. Alright, we're going to jump to day 10 here, and you can see that front plant is still doing very strong, and still no action in the back. So I'm going to do a little bit of a surgery here. We're going to take out this one since it has 3 strong shoots. I'm going to try and keep that left plant in there, and transplant those other 2 into the back one. So we're taking both of those out, bring them over to the operating table. So again, I'm planning to keep that one left strong shoot, so I'm going to try to hold that one in while I gently pull out those other 2, keeping as much of the roots as I can. Not bad on the number 1. And let's pull out that second one here very gently. Yeah, I got a pretty good amount of roots in those. And we're going to put this guy back into his spot, making sure to get all of those roots back into the AeroGarden, which can be a bit tricky when you're only using one hand and the other hand's got a camera. Alright, I made it work. Looks good, but we still have this void to fill. Back to the operating table we go. I'll remove that sticker from that first pod, and I think we're going to cut a slight slice down the side of this sponge, just so I can slide those plants in there, along with keeping the roots pointing downwards. Alright, let's get these guys in there. Let's try this first one. Want to get that root down. Oops. Yeah, I'm not very graceful. There we go. That's better. Alright, let's get that second guy in there. We'll stick him in that way and slide that root into the bottom. It's fully contained. Get that sticker back onto that growing pod, and the growing basket I should say, and slide that sponge right on through. Yeah, I'm not being very delicate there, am I? That's okay, they're pretty resilient. We'll use the scissors to try to pull up that sticker, because you want that to be fully covering, again, that top. We'll see how these guys do. Alright, back in the corner you go. Looks pretty good. We'll check in a few days. Alright, a few days later, we are now day 15, 5 days after that surgery. This first plant here is certainly staying very strong. This guy hasn't grown very much, but still hasn't died or anything, so that's a good sign. We're going to take a quick look at these roots on the front one. Make sure, that looks really good there. Let's take a peek on that back one. Let's see what's developed here over the last 5 days. Oh, we got some pretty good roots in there. Let's just give them a bit more time. Alright, day 18, we're moving ahead. And yeah, we got some very nice leaves on this front plant. And the roots continue to be nice and strong. Great to see. Let's check in back here. Leaves are looking a little bit stronger, and the roots are looking pretty good. But I'm gonna make a little bit of a change here. We're gonna have these guys change rooms. I'm wondering if there's a little bit more light in this middle spot. So we're gonna move the big guy to the back, and this one will be moved to this front spot here, where I'm hoping there's gonna be a little bit more light and maybe a little bit more chance to grow. We'll see what happens. But yeah, those roots do look really good there. Come on, get in there. There we go. Zooming ahead to day 21, just before lunchtime, which means I see leaves, I'm gonna harvest them. Time for a nice salad. I'm just gonna cut away these outer leaves, these bigger ones, and cut those as low as I can to the base. And this is gonna trigger even more growth. Several good leaves on this one. And we'll get that one last leaf from the back, and that should be pretty good there. Yeah, we'll leave that one. I'm tempted to take this one here, but I'll let that grow. And 3 days later, grow it did. Everything continuing to be very strong here on day 24. Then we're going to move quickly to day number 28, where you can see the growth is just so much more dramatic. This is certainly a harvest day. We're harvesting everything else in the garden, so this is going to be harvested, a lot of these bigger leaves, and there's certainly some quite sizable leaves that we're harvesting from this. You can see these compared to the size of my hand, quite substantial in size, especially this one. Look how huge that is. On the package for these seeds, it said days to harvest was about 50 days. This is only day 28, 22 days early, which is just amazing how quickly this can grow in the hydroponic system. We have a bunch more videos on our channel, so we hope that you do subscribe to us and take a look at some of these other videos we have. Thanks again, and be blessed.